Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. My name is Francine, and I'm here with my channel, again, the Hermetic Herald. I'm here for another channeled message. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be on something a bit more intense with regards to P. Diddy and Cassie. Now, I know that the energies can get pretty dense surrounding P. Diddy, at least from the accounts of other readers out there that I've heard. So we're going to go into this open to whatever comes through. I put some selenite right by the computer and right by the camera so that we can kind of absorb, or let the selenite absorb, all the negativity. If there's any negativity aimed towards me, any evil eye, I return that. Interesting, tenfold. What came out as I was just like throwing this here was message of concern, expectation, and concern again. So there's some concerns, big concerns, understandably, about the situation at hand. Bad health is coming through already. So there's some things here that are going to make people feel unwell, or there's just a number of people around the situation that feel unwell. And I'm hearing empowerment, like empowerment. There's something about it being at the root of this reading. Someone feels empowered by this. Empowered by either the lack of communication on the subject, or empowered by silence. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the light there. What's interesting is I'm hearing clone, and I don't know how far you guys, or how deep you guys want to go with this. But I intend on going as deep as possible. But I feel like they're saying that he's a clone. Diddy is just, simply put, he is either not who he used to be, or he's just he's acting a certain way where he seems cloned to someone else, maybe similar to someone else, or just exactly what I'm saying. He's a clone. So go into that and do with that what you will, but I'm just hearing clone from my spirit team. We'll figure out what that all means in a second. I'm getting that I should deal with and use the Millennial Tarot, not just deal with it. But I feel like the Millennial Tarot has a message for him. So when it comes to the energies, I'm just going to remain open. We're going to see what comes through. It may not be something that you expect, so please be prepared for whatever comes through. Okay. If you're enjoying my content and you've watched me before, all of your support, your comments, your financial support means the world to me. It helps me get more videos like this out. With the climate being what it is for so many of us, it's hard to keep or hold on to finances. So thank you for those of you that have supported me in the past. Every penny, every bit counts, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. And if you feel like doing that, please feel free to do so with my links below. I like to mention that because I always forget by the end of the video. So spirit team, spirit guides, please protect my energy. Archangel Michael, please protect this space, please protect this home, please protect the energy of the people that are tapping in with me, that are listening to this message. Please surround us, encamp us with golden white light, protection from all forces that are negative or evil, or have the intention of hurting or harming others. Please allow this message to assist people with their highest good in mind. Only provide information and insight that is true. Any naysayers, anything that tries to keep this quiet, please dismiss them from this energy. I rebound all negative energies, and I throw them back to sender, returned tenfold. We're not playing that. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm hearing 1, 2. So we're going to start off with these 4 cards in front of us here. This is an overall energy. We have the Page of Thoughts, or the Page of Swords in the tarot. This is the teletherapist. Typically, okay, I'm just going to tell you what this is. This is Cassie speaking out or saying something. Whenever you see the Page of Swords, that's when someone's speaking out about something. It's like, you know, like when you're in the dark and you hear someone yell. With your inability to see anything, you're only going off of your hearing. When, for instance, people that are mentally, or not mentally, but physically, like visually impaired, they're having to focus in on all the other faculties that they have. There's something about the darkness, and literally that being the sword, being that thing that cuts through the silence, through the walls, through the darkness, the things you don't see. I want to let you guys know, I'm getting prophetically, it has been there for for a long time. What you guys have been looking for has been right in front of you this entire time. And what happened was, it was dark. It was hard to see it because there was no confirmation, there was no communication about said things. But when she, specifically Cassie, she's not the only one, but when she specifically spoke, it cut through darkness and you were able to see a bit of light. That is a prophetic message for this. It's that she was a speaker. She was like a force that came as quickly as it went, that spoke. What we have here is Four of Wands, viral. It went viral. That information, that the communication that you heard, it sparked interest. It sparked an understanding that something is going on, okay? And if she was able to, I don't know if you guys really see, I'm getting this message, and I'm not saying it like as if I know anything, but do you guys see that her speaking out is not a failure? Like, her, despite whatever happens, despite whether or not she settles, which she did recently, I believe, despite whatever happened, at the end of the day, the point and the goal was to speak about it. That did enough for you guys, where mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it brought you guys remembrance. Like, hey, didn't X, Y, and Z say this or that, or do this and that with him? It created a ripple effect that is not to be dismissed or to be ignored. What she did was necessary, and I don't even know if she really expected anything out of it except the ripple effect. The speaking is what matters. As everything matters, okay? Don't misunderstand my message here, or what the spirits are saying. They're saying the ripple effect is bigger than you anticipate, and that is more important than just her specific situation. This is opening up the door to a number of things that were closed or not even talked about. We have Ten of Thoughts, I can't even, which is the energy of feeling tortured. The energy of feeling like there's too many swords in your back. But what's interesting is this feels like his, P. Diddy's energy, where he feels like he can't even cope with all of the directions that things are coming out from. I'm getting a visual, like, it's like he's, for a long time, has been able to evade people in some way. Not saying that he's done 100 things, but I'm just saying evading people, not getting people to talk is hard in this like environment, in this day-to-day or this day and age. It's hard to avoid conflict, to avoid controversy. So he's had his share of controversy, but it feels like he's coming from a place of, I can't even deal because this is a lot. It's coming all at once. What I'm hearing is that his karma is coming all at once. Literally, he can't even deal with how much of it is coming at once, because in the past, he was able to just do here or there a number of things. I'm hearing 4 things, specifically 4 specific big things that he's hidden. Those things are literally coming all at once. 10 and 4, interesting. I think of 10 and 4 when I think of driving as well. Something happened with regards to driving or with regards to a car. That is for sure, because 10 to 4 is what I would say for like your hands. I think it's 10 to 3 or 10 to 4. That's coming through. And then we have 5 of Cups, the ick. That's how people are feeling. They're feeling disappointed, dismayed. They're feeling like this is really just disgusting information. Disgust is a lot of what is coming through with the collective. I'm hearing the collective consciousness is just disgust at things that are hidden. Okay. We already have gone past Pluto and Scorpio energy, which is like a generation of people. A number of people from the Pluto and Scorpio generation are coming out about things. And I'm feeling like that's specific. Like, we need to recognize that it's coming out in Scorpio season, this information. Astrology has a lot to do with what's coming out. And yeah, 5 of Cups is Scorpio energy. That makes a lot of sense. 9 of Swords and judgment. It's really worrying him. There's an energy of him feeling worried, stuck, and feeling, I'm hearing trifled, like he feels like people are trifling. Okay. Bottom of the deck was the Ace of Wands, Microdose, Insta-Famous, and Pyramid Scheme. Yeah, you guys are not even, just get ready, because it seems as though there's like 4 specific things that are going to come out that were hidden. 4 specific scenarios. And these are, I feel, new. They're not ones that you addressed or heard about. This is 4 new things, new subjects are going to come to light. So let's get into it. What is Diddy's current situation right now? 2 of Pentacles. He's trying to protect his money, guys. So he's focused on his money, his royalties. I'm hearing, like, I don't know if this has something to do with the royalties that he gave up in the past. Something about him having to keep up with his appearances, but also keep up with his finances and to control his money, to control his output. He has to find balance. He's trying to find balance. What we have here is the 7 of Cups. He's feeling like muddled. He's feeling like there's so many things that he has to keep up. Keeping up appearances. And look at that, guys. The Devil. So he's keeping up a number of addictions, a number of appearances. He has a number, I'm hearing disavowed. He disavowed a number of things. Disavowed, I don't even know what that even means, but I'm getting that word, disavowed. He was not faithful to some things. Interesting. Toxic patterns, toxic illusions. He's trying to keep up with something that has been long-term or ongoing, the world. The world sideways is telling me that he's like in I'm hearing purgatory, like he's not really moving forward with the world upright. Typically that would mean like a transition or the end of something into something new. He's kind of in purgatory right now, where he's just kind of trying to see how things go, and he's playing the waiting game. We have the 10 of Pentacles with his family. He's playing the waiting game with his legacy, his family, his reputation. We have the 9 of Wands coming out flipped, the Justice, and the King of Wands, along with the Hierophant. He's really relying on the justice system above all. Right now, emotionally, he's feeling like, I gotta trust the justice system. I gotta trust all of my protections that I have available. All of these 9 wands, like the 8 wands he already has, he has some really quick covers, because he has a number of people that are implemented when he needs them most, and he keeps them up. He reinforces them if he needs to. I'm just getting reinforcements if need be. Like, he has a number of reinforcements and people that he can contact, talk to, and we know this, okay? I'm just giving you the overall energy before we get into what we don't know. But he's coming from a place of having to hold up all of his reinforcements to make sure that they're all correct, that they're all aligned with him, that they're all going to be there for his good. Balance. Justice system. What's interesting is this King of Wands. I feel like this King of Wands is a person. So let's get into the person here. Who is this King of Wands energy? I'm hearing touch and go. And what I have here is marriage and child. This King of Wands, marriage, child, journey. So interesting, official person, change, main male, mature woman. He's relying on, is he currently married, guys? He's relying on some mature woman to take care of tasks for him. He's relying on something about his nuptials, like his wedding vows, to protect him, like knowing the person potentially can't speak about certain things, being the official person. Marriage, child, journey, his family. He's trying to bring them across. Expectation, gift, and mature man. There's some mature woman here that he is expecting a gift from. He's expecting a gift from this mature person. What is the archetype of this woman? Her main light attribute, spirit. Okay, so it's coming out as upside down, and you know that I usually take the ones that are upside down as what they are. So waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduced by romantic illusions, some interest. And we're getting another one in reverse, which is violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. This is someone that's in the spiritual community. This is someone who thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information. So there's someone here that has like a person that is either his wife, it's just a mature woman in this relationship, someone he has a very deep partnership with that has information that they can take out or bring out in the event that someone tries to tell out or speak out about something he is allegedly doing. So regardless of whether he did or didn't do it, we're going to get into that, but he has a number of people that he has that speak in the ears of others that will tell them, hey, if you tell anyone about X, Y, or Z, I will then give this information out. And it's damning information for sure. I mean, he has to go for the throat, but we're getting that this person is a person in the spiritual community. Okay. This is someone who looked, so the prostitute archetype is at the bottom. This is someone who looked like the biggest sinner, but was actually someone who was saved by grace through faith. Like, this is someone who seems to be like, has the blood of Christ in them, like, or the blood of Christ covering over them, but in reality, they're not. I really wonder who this is. This person appears to be like a protector of some sort. This is within the home. So this is definitely either his mom or either his wife, someone that has some home role, some role in the home or in the family. Take a nap, yang, and new life. They're waiting for the morning to come for this to kind of go over and for us to kind of keep going about our day. They're waiting for this to pass. So there's like this energy of them expecting this to go away. This person is very dependent on Diddy because they are seduced by romantic illusions. So I don't feel like this is specifically Cassie, okay? This is someone who still is seduced by his role and feels like they have to, like, I'm hearing buttress, like they literally are like a homebody, someone who helps either with the home, helps like control aspects of the home, helps care for the children, someone in his space. Who is this person? We're getting the Queen of Swords. This is likely either a Virgo or this is a air sign. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is definitely a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be Virgo, but very cutting energy. Someone who's very, very strict, very formal at times too. The High Priestess. Very intuitive. This person might deal with astrology or deal with the occult in some way. I feel like they help him. Yeah, it's a mother. It's definitely his wife or someone like that. If he has a wife, it's some female that's like a mother to his children. We have 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Cutting through a lot of indecision and confusion, trying to clarify the indecision or confusion on people's minds. And we have the 2 of Cups. She has a working partnership with him. So she has some stakes, of course, in either his money or she has made, or I'm hearing bartered, some agreement with him. Let's look into specifics on the situation with Cassie and P. Diddy, Spirit. Were Cassie's, let's just ask, were Cassie's accounts true with regards to the sexual assault with male prostitutes? Was that information true? I'm hearing to the best of your knowledge, meaning that she can't even, there's some aspects of it that she can't even remember, but she felt it. Does that make sense? And I'm trigger warning, guys. I know that you guys are aware of the situation, but there's a trigger warning. I feel as though she doesn't recall information and he's using that to his benefit. We have the King of Swords. He's using legal justice situations like the statute of limitations and such to say, you don't really know. And also her memory, because I feel as though she doesn't quite recall, but she remembers it physically. Like her body has some trapped emotions, trapped trauma. We have the Justice card coming through. Okay, so did this event occur? Was what Cassie said about the sexual assault true? King of Pentacles, yeah. King of Pentacles is usually when you give information, it's about generosity. That means that it happened, it was manifested, it actually occurred, because the Magician means that you need 4 things. You need all 4 elements. In this card here, you need earth, or the pentacles, you need the cups, you need the swords, and you need the wand in order to create and manifest. It's the totality of manifestation, like using all of your resources. So she definitely had that information and experience. So yes, that did happen. Is there anything at all? Let's see, Page of Swords, 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. She tried really hard to break through, guys, because we got the Page of Swords earlier. Remember, the person that cuts through the dark? She tried way harder than most people. She really, it took all of her energy getting this out and communicating this than anything else. And I feel like that was the goal. She knew that this wouldn't go as far. I'm telling you guys, like, I strongly see that she knew this would not go very far, but she was doing it because of the impact it would have on saying this. Interesting. We're getting 2 8s. The number 8 is significant, infinity, something that has been happening on a continuum with regards to his work and business, like his what he does on a regular day-to-day basis is something that's really interesting. It's the 3 of Cups and the Emperor. Why am I getting like King Solomon vibes? Concubines, or like people that you imbibe with, people that you celebrate with. Like, these people are like kind of like people that really look up to you, people that really admire you, people that are really interested in you and want to celebrate that with you. Was everything that Cassie was saying true, Spirit? What she had to say in the lawsuit? Everything else apart from what we just mentioned with the sexual assault, with regards to specifics with the abuse, other forms of abuse that she said that he has done allegedly. Is that true? 10 of Swords, Empress, 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and the Sun. Whenever I see the 2 of Pentacles and the Sun, that's about exposure, about exposing something. 10 of Swords tells me it was really hard. 10 of Swords is typically when you feel tortured by something. As the Empress, that means like you had a role in the relationship as the feminine energy. You were an abundant individual, but what happened was, when I see 2 swords on either end of her, she was surrounded by pain, torture, and by indecision of how to respond and how to act on this. She was at a crossroads constantly mentally. Is this what happened truly, Spirit? Can I have one card as a strong yes, an indicator of yes or no? Interesting. So I'm getting the 3 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna just ask with this deck, because what I'm getting is that there are truths in her statement. But what I'm getting is that she is adding on things from other people's accounts and experiences. Does that make sense? So what I'm getting from my spirit team is that those things happened to her and someone else, and she's trying to give you guys the extent of what happened, because she's trying to get a message out that actually happened to someone as well. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I really hope I'm making sense. So for instance, if there was abuse and there was sexual trauma, she's trying to tell you guys exactly what happened, but it happened to someone else as a means to tell you this is what happened to another person that's not here with us, or someone that did not have the ability to say anything. That spoke layers, and that spoke volumes to him, and that is why it settled. She didn't care about, I'm just getting a strong vibe that she knows what she's dealing with. She's not dumb. She's not like incompetent. She knows that this was going to get dismissed, but what I'm getting is that she's just trying to say, yeah, I'm going to trust my gut, guys, because I'm getting the High Priestess. She knew that this would not go very far, but she was trying to send a message to you guys. So hold on to the information and the accounts, because the accounts did happen. 9 of Pentacles, first time homeowner, and 6 of Cups, throwback in the past. 6 of Swords, Ace of Swords. You're gonna get a lot of clarity soon, guys. The Ace of Swords came out in 2 different decks. 10. Wow, you're gonna get layers and layers and layers of this, because you're gonna get down to not only what events occurred with P. Diddy specifically, you're gonna get down to what group of people are doing these things, because there's more to it than just him, obviously. I say obviously because I would hope that you guys know that there's just people doing these things as well that are not being talked about. Okay. And sometimes when information and intel is given out, it's because someone else got pissed that the other person didn't do something. Sometimes it's leverage. It's all about leverage. So 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. Without even realizing it, you guys are going to get some things that you did not expect. What is that? We have coming out. You're going to have a number of people coming out because of what Cassie did. The World. You're gonna hear accounts all over the place. Wow, specifically from women. Yeah. So he did do those things. And even if all of those things were kind of like a conglomerate of different people, like their experiences, as she mentioned in that lawsuit, that she didn't expect to go as far, just know that those things actually happened with regards to Diddy. You know, I don't know if I'm just really protected, but I don't get the vibe of like, oh, being overwhelmed. I don't know. I'm underwhelmed a little bit because I feel like this is known to you guys. Is there anything you'd like to tell me, Spirit? And I'm not trying, I'm just really thankful because that just means, you know, observer, happy. There's going to be a lot of things you guys are going to see, but you're going to see justice. You're going to have a lot of thoughts about current, I'm hearing current strings, how people are connected by each other. And I'm hearing Hallie. Interesting. Which Hallie are we talking about? Which Hallie are we talking about, Spirit? And we're talking about the older one, the Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Something about Halle Berry is significant. Sugar daddy. Yeah. Do you guys know, I'm going to ask you guys because I don't know P. Diddy, his information as well, but if you guys are aware, please let me know if there was some interaction with P. Diddy and Halle Berry. They're both very well known. I know that already, but I just wonder, like, is there something with regards to him paying her off or helping her out? At some point in the beginning, in the integral stages, or at some point in her journey, because I'm getting sugar daddy. He was like a sugar daddy or a benefactor of some sort to her. And I'm feeling like he was this way for a number of people in the industry, specifically women of color. I feel like he had some like, he had this way of like calming or placating or helping calm the mind and the hearts of certain people in the industry by speaking out on their behalf. And I'm giving them better deals and stuff like that. But here's the thing: you can't replace what you do with the good things that you do for other people. Something about there being like cases closed because of the kind acts of him doing kind acts for other people, something like that. Like it's like looking at the greater good, right? Once this person is gone, how do we deal with the house? How do we deal with the contract? It's like taking care of people, meaning like getting rid of certain people in order to help this person get through. Stuff like that, like, you know, like double-edged sword type things that hurt one person but help another. But that really doesn't help because it's an emotionally like traumatic thing to know that you're responsible for something that someone else did for you. Do you understand? I hope that makes sense. Coffin house, message of concern. Someone here died in a house, and I'm getting family room. There's someone here that died in a house, and someone called. It's like they called the cops. They were like, this person's not responding. They died in the house. Something about it. Family room, unexpected income, distant horizons, something about money being exchanged, life insurance or something along those lines for a person that passed away in the home. Who is this person, Spirit? Who is this person? Okay, we're getting, interesting, we're getting the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is someone that he was no longer in a relationship with or someone that he fell out of love with. someone he was at a standstill with, meaning that they were probably considering separating and moving away from each other. Look at that, guys. The Eight of Cups behind and the Six of Cups. Or Six of Pentacles. They were trying to find balance, and they were trying to I'm hearing they were trying to I'm hearing so many words, spirit team. Make amends to their estate. They were addressing their estate. They were addressing the money in their estate. They were at a standstill because one person maybe wasn't interested in leaving, or one person wanted to remain with people thinking they were together, but in reality they weren't, and they were trying to find balance with each other. This was definitely like a marriage. Someone that fell out of love or fell out of like an interest with him. What are we talking about? The Fool, the Chariot, starting over real fast. When this person passed away, he started over real fast, and now he had a number and a sea of options. But I feel as though he wasn't as interesting. I'm hearing bodily harm was not as like, his bodily harm or emotional harm from the situation wasn't very great when this person passed away. He kept moving. He kept it moving. When you see the Seven of Cups, that's someone that's interested in starting over, but they're interested in other people. They're interested in like continuing after taking some hiatus from something. So there's something he took a hiatus from because he had to focus on his estate, or focus on his money, or focus on his wealth, distribution of wealth with regards to this marriage. Interesting. I'm just getting very dual energy, like two weird energies. I'm getting Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Five of Pentacles typically is about feeling left out in the dark. And then the Nine of Cups is about being generous, wealthy, or just having a lot of joy. One second. I'm hearing face the cover up. My spirit team saying face the cover up, face it. You tried to act like you didn't know. You tried to act like you didn't know what was really going on with the Five of Pentacles. You acted like you were unaware. You just found somebody in the house. You just found him like that. And it's like he was fine with that. He was fine with saying it like that. But that's not the case. Three of Pentacles means there were other people involved, or there was people like friends that were involved, family, friends that were willing to hold on to this. And this is what I mean by like leverage. No other people knowing, but them having some relationship with you where they saw you in another light and they could not emotionally or physically, contractually say anything because they felt like emotionally this was off, but they could not say anything or act on it. And you see the smirk on this, like on this cow. I love this card, but in this energy, it feels like someone who knows, who is aware. They're not none the wiser. They're very much aware of the situation, but they walk away or run away from the truth. Because this owl, or this bird, I should say, is the Ace of Swords. It's the person is not listening to the Ace of Swords. They're not interested in the truth. They're interested in just hiding away. And guess what there is at the bottom is the money, the King of Pentacles. Someone who's able to give them all of what they need physically, monetarily. Something about Ritter. Do you guys know? First person I think of is John Ritter. What does that have to do with anything? Did John Ritter know P. Diddy? I'm just getting that energy. Like he was a comedian, I believe. Interesting. I don't know why that's coming through. And I'm getting heart attack, like a heart attack being significant. Because he passed away from a heart attack. Okay. I'm hearing obstruction, like obstruction of his valve or something like that. I believe is what I'm just getting that. And I'm getting gift, adjudication, and concern. What's interesting is my stomach is literally like sweating. It's weird, my midsection. So I feel like there's some fire in his like his chest. He has an explosive fucking anger. I feel so angry. Energetically, I'm getting his anger, and I know this information is angering, like upsetting, but like I'm feeling like it's him. He's angry. He's so freaking angry. Gift, adjudication, and concern. He's like using monetary, I'm hearing monetary struggles that people are going through currently in order to help with the justice system and people in the justice system that are concerned. Because if they look bad, you're done. You're like, it just doesn't work unless there's someone on your side. Like adjudication, when you're a lawyer, when you're a judge, if you are looked upon as being partial, or being like in some conflict of interest or doing something sketchy, of course you're going to lose your job. And people are in the justice system, specifically with him, are sweating because they're not going to go down. Okay, something like that is coming through. I'm getting so many messages for this man. He has like a wealth of information. I'm hearing a wellspring of information to talk about. And I'm hearing SOB, like some spirit on my team, my ancestor is saying this son of a bitch has a lot of information. And I feel like that anger, like integrity, like this is so messed up. I don't know. It's just interesting to me. Interesting. Everything always comes out. So was he expecting this to happen when he died? I guess so. I'm hearing obesity runs in his family. Something about like your health issues and such. Childhood obesity, or feeling like you had to maintain your body, your physique, because of like some predispositions with his health that's coming through. Morbid obesity. Someone in his family went through obesity as well. His heart. He has something going on with his heart as well. Obstruction. Interesting. Pulmonary. Something about his heart is coming through, but it's more so in a physical manner. Compulsion. I'm just getting the word compulsion. He has this compulsion of lying, compulsion of like addressing things like they never happened, like not saying things, not addressing things, acting as if they never happened. He's a compulsive liar. Interesting. All right, guys, so let's get into more of this. Let's get into what we don't know and what we should know. Thank you guys so much for watching, by the way. If you are enjoying this video, please like, share, and subscribe for the energy exchange. I do appreciate all of the love and support. So what don't we know? Because I'm hearing arc. There's an arc to this. His arc is not heard. Like, we're not hearing his arc. Because to hear someone's arc or someone's events, like their understanding of the events, it would mean admitting to some of those events. His arc is needing to be heard is what I'm hearing. Sound arc. Sound. Something sound arc. I don't know what that is. We're getting the Six of Swords. As for what we don't know, he's gonna be okay. Because I'm getting here the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. I feel like someone's gonna come through for him, regardless. He has some strong friends, some strong people in his corner. Is there anything else you'd like to say? I feel like they're just gonna take this opportunity to seize the day. And I'm seeing the Nine of Swords. The Hierophant. He's gonna go down with regards to his like level of respect, okay, publicly. That's gonna cause he's gonna definitely go down with his respectability, whatever is left of it, okay, because I feel like they're trying to say that he's gonna be worried about how he is seen in the hierarchy now that there is some defenses that have been passed or breached. So I feel like he's gonna recognize that he can't be in a higher position within some hierarchy within the industry or something like that anymore. Like, he stepped down before. I feel like he stepped down already, but I feel like even more so he can't, because now he's a liability to be around. Like, people are going to be watching him now. Why would you risk yourself like that? And that's going to make him feel like he has to, like, he feels cornered. He feels cornered right now. And he feels this, the Ten of Wands, which is like feeling weightiness, like feeling like a heavy burden. And feeling like he's just, I'm hearing scapegoat, like he's a scapegoat in some way. Who is he a scapegoat for? I'm hearing Supreme Justice. Who is he a scapegoat for? Who is he a scapegoat for? Who is he a scapegoat for? Could be a Sagittarius. He's a scapegoat for some person who's acquired a lot of wealth. It's someone who could be a feminine energy. Someone who has a lot of money. Who is the scapegoat? Interesting. It's someone who he considers to be a friend. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. What I'm feeling, I got Jada in my head. I don't know what their relationship was ever like, but I feel like it doesn't even have to be specifically her. It's just someone who knew him back in the day, or knew someone that he hurt back in the day. Because Jada knows Tupac. That's coming through. Someone that knows, like, back in the day, some information and insight. This person is definitely an independent woman. This person is a woman. I'm feeling like it's a woman, it's a Sagittarius, or it's someone with a strong fire energy about them. Very determined. Interesting. What is the archetype of this person? What is the light archetype of this person, or light attribute? I'm hearing missionary. Interesting. This person is a shapeshifter. This person can navigate different, like, they change their look, they change their personality. They're really good at, like, being like a chameleon almost. I'm also getting prince, romantic charm, and potential for power. And we have liberator. So we have some, like, Batman type energy coming through with this person who did not want or could not afford to have him as a liability in some way. Fool. This person could be a comedian. Very young in spirit and body and mind, definitely. Someone who is a liberator, someone who loves, like, they could have significant Taurus and fire placements, and they're not about being bullied. They're very strong. I'm getting this energy of these two cards being significant. Someone who's flexible, and we have milk and honey. I feel like this is someone that's older. This person could be in their 50s. Not for you. This is someone that was interested in Diddy, or Diddy was interested in them, and they left prematurely. And it could definitely just be Cassie. I know that part, but I'm thinking it's someone else. I'm getting someone else's energy. A change in the wind, co-create, and go the distance. When things went south, this person recognized them for who they were pretty quickly. That was their good luck, knowing this person quickly. Usually, this person has utilized him, like Diddy, in some way. They've helped that person in some way, and they're letting go of them with the letting go card. What is their sun sign, Spirit? Let me just keep getting that Queen of Wands. That's Sag Aries energy. What is the sun sign of this person? Devil. Interesting. Devil energy with the Knight of Wands at the bottom. They have Capricorn as their sun sign. They have significant fire, and they have a Taurus placement, but they're Capricorn sun. So if you guys know a Capricorn sun that's in their late 50s that knows him pretty well, there's something here about him being a liability and them helping Cassie in some way, because this information had to come out in some way. To get to the extent that it got to, the agreement that they settled for, or the agreement that they had between them, involved this person. Baby boy. I'm hearing baby boy. That's so weird. Sudden wealth, change, official person. So P. Diddy changed. He was no longer the official person for something. They had to take him down in a way where it didn't look like they did it. It was someone else. Jeez. Let's just look this up. Was Cassie the person? Did Cassie work with someone to get this information? Not legal system. Did she work with this individual that we're getting? This feminine energy, that Capricorn. Did she work with them? Yes. So Cassie worked with someone that was very, very cool with him. Interesting. Cassie's known this person since her childhood. So they knew her as a little girl. The Moon, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. They gave her the money. They were able to give her a good lawyer. They were able to help her because I don't think she would have found a good lawyer without them. So that's what we don't know. There's a third party that's been helping in the background, that's been working with her on the background. But the thing is, she's not going to tell you. I don't see that happening because she wanted just to get the word out, and this person was willing to help her. So Diddy knows who this person is. I'm sure he does. He's stuck in his mind about them, doesn't know what to think of them, doesn't know how to feel about this whole thing. We have here the World in reverse, the Moon, and the Two of Cups in reverse. He lost a connection. This connection, this person that was working against him was like a Judas, is what I'm getting. This person turned his world upside down, and they're going to. And this person is only doing it for their own like desire to take his place in some way, okay? Seven of Pentacles. This has been an ongoing battle. He must have done something to upset them. And we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I had to let my camera actually get some time before it overheated. So we're going to continue. But let's go into his trajectory. What is Diddy's trajectory? Let's just get to that. He's going to be definitely downgrading in a number of ways. Not only in his notoriety, as it already has been going down, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, but it's going to downgrade his influence in ways that we don't even know because of this person. His trajectory, let's see. We have Temperance. We have the Two of Pentacles. Again, we have the Two of Pentacles, finding balance, but he will find it. What is his trajectory, Spirit, in regards to the events that have occurred recently with Cassie? We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This guy is trying to find balance. He's scrambling. Wow. Six of Swords. He might move away. He might go somewhere for like a vacation or try to get away. We have the Knight of Wands. He's definitely going to try to initiate going somewhere to get away from the situation at hand. He's talking a lot to a number of people. He's going to be talking about the situation. He has to. There is like a need for him to say something about what's going on. Seven of Wands. Defending himself. So naturally he's going to defend himself. He's going to strike. He's going to try to find the right people to talk to that will help him out of this rut, help him and let him speak his piece, to frame it in such a way to where it doesn't seem like he is this monster that people are saying that he is. Two of Swords. Trying to help ease people's doubts and beliefs about him. His family, he's going to try to look more like a family man. He's going to look like more of a father. You're going to see him coming out with more fatherly type roles, or more so like trying to train people, trying to look like a more so, I'm hearing senpai, like trying to look like a teacher, trying to look like a dad, trying to look like a family man, so that you guys can then reframe your way of seeing him. And he may just give out some monetary gifts to people, to families, to help people see that he wants to help people, that he's not the same person. Even if he can't assuage you completely, he can at least say he's not the same person, that he's learned a lot of things, that he's more intuitive now, that he's healed. You're going to get a whole list of rhetoric from this guy. He's definitely an opportunist. So expect that from him. Expect him to try to get back into your graces, at least publicly. Yeah, main male is coming through. This is his energy. We have false person. So he's a false person, guys. I don't know what else to say. 1 and 8. He's going to just put on a mask and hope that you guys believe him. Are you going to believe him? I hope not. Distant horizon. So you're going to see him in the next, between now and the next 9 months, you're going to be seeing him trying to repair himself from this situation. So that's until August of next year. Thief. But he's at the same time going to try to steal your affection, trying to get you guys to look at him a certain way. And he's going to also take a message away from someone that was going to communicate something. He's already done this, is what I'm getting intuitively. So Diddy has already taken someone's voice away with Cassie, but I feel like there's someone else that was going to come to her aid that he has already silenced. He partnered with them, actually. He already got a deal for them in order to prevent them from saying anything that would have caused him despair or concern. So he's already taken care of a number of things. He already is talking to his family. He's talked to a number of people. Specifically, is he married? Because I'm getting that he's talked to a main female about something in the community. He's getting notable people to see him a certain way. He's already doing a lot of work. When you see that he was unbalanced with the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Pentacles, he's trying to find balance. He's trying to metamorphosize in the dark, making sure that he looks a certain way for you guys. What don't you guys know? I mean, divine timing is at play with this, though. Divine timing, inner journey, unlimited possibilities. I feel like he's a shapeshifter, and I feel like he resonates with this person who's trying to help who helped Cassie get to this point with her message. This older woman who was a Capricorn sun. Interesting. Interesting. I'm getting the Devil energy again. What sign can I'm gonna look this up with you guys. Is Kris Jenner? Just curious. So she's a Scorpio, is that correct? Yeah, she's a Scorpio. Why is she coming up in this reading? Interesting. Okay, interesting. So when I asked her place or why her name was coming up, I got squad goals. He knows her pretty well. And we have the Four of... She's helped him in some way in the past. Why is she coming up here? Why is she coming up here? 9 on... Okay, so she's on edge about something. Why is she coming up in this reading? Yeah, thirst trap. So he's convincing her of something. He's convincing her of something to do and something to wait on. Like to wait on her judgment of him, to wait on X, Y, or Z. Because she's very protective of what she has. With the Eight of Swords, that's like mental lockdown, confusion. She feels confused about him, and she's not vocal about anything regarding him because she doesn't have to be, but she feels on edge. And for some reason, her spirit team is coming through. Like her energy is somehow muddled in this. Because she's so involved with other people, she naturally just kind of gets thrown in the mix. She doesn't know how to help him. It's like he might have asked for help. And she felt like she only has love, like, you know, a hope for him to be okay with the Page of Cups. But I don't see her having like, yeah, she feels icked out by him. She's grossed out by him. She's not interested in helping him. But I feel almost like he called her and was like mom, like he like calls her mama something. And she's like, I don't know, bro. I don't feel comfortable. I'm not going to get myself in that because I feel like that's too real. I feel like that's too like damning, and he's trying to push past that, and she's really annoyed by how many times he's reaching out to her. I'm just getting that energy coming in this reading. So his trajectory is to continue to appeal to the masses. Will he ever get imprisoned on this trajectory currently? Will he become imprisoned or have the potential to be tried in front of a jury for what he's done or for what has happened? We have the Nine of Wands. That's the energy of someone who's resilient, who keeps fighting. The Magician. I'm getting cover-ups. That's why the cards are coming out this way. I feel like someone's going to come and save the day for him. The women of the situations that came through, I feel like they're going to come through and help him in some way. Like, not the victims, but like some Queen of Swords is helping him. And it's like justice is here, which is like the justice system is involved. He has really, really deep pockets with people, like deep connections and deep pockets with people. I'm just getting that he won't end up in that position. Am I understanding this correctly, Spirit? Yeah, King of Swords and the High Priestess. I don't see him getting in trouble in the sense of facing real jail time. I just don't see that because he's being protected a lot. Okay, so that is what I have for you guys today. I'm going to end it there. If you guys have any thoughts, any comments that are respectful and sincere, that are actually kind or interested in this information, please share them. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. This is craziness. So I hope that I've answered your questions. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye. So I actually wanted to come back on here and do a final follow-up question because I feel like this is important. I want to see Cassie's trajectory. What can we expect with Cassie's trajectory, Spirit? We have the Two of Wands. That could be about making plans, finding balance with the Six of Pentacles, and the Magician. She's going to be able to make a getaway, or at least have some form of surveillance, meaning she's going to either be surveyed, like protected with regards to someone watching her, someone protecting her from afar, her looking and being able to look back or look at her, what's in front of her safely without anyone trying to hurt her. I feel like she's going to be protected in some way. I feel like she's going to come into balance. I'm getting the Magician, so that feels like she's going to manifest another opportunity in the future. But I feel like with an opportunity, I feel like she's going to try to make connections first, because we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. She's making connections, and she's communicating with a number of people, specifically a woman. It could be a Cancer, and also a Queen of Swords energy. So this could also be an Earth, a Virgo, or a air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Whenever I see the Queen of Swords, for me in the tarot, that's air energy, but I include Virgo, because Virgo I feel like is Queen of Swords. Four of Wands. There's someone here is going to be able to help and assist her in doing something again, like of coming back at this in some different way. I feel that, and I feel like she's feeling a bit dejected right now, but something about 4 is coming through, like 4 months, or giving this time, 4 months or 4 years. But there's like some things that she's going to compile in order to assist her. Yeah, she's going to act. She's going to act again. She's going to do something different this time. I don't know how, because this was settled, but I feel like she's going to come from some higher perspective, or find some loophole and find some benefactor that will help her with a new case. So I'm feeling like she's going to try again. We're getting Justice coming through, and the Two of Swords. I feel like she's going to come at this with another, proposing something else, because I feel like she settled it, but I wonder what was in that document that she probably had to sign. Because I'm pretty sure he would have tried to cross every T and dot his I's with regards to this. I feel like she's going to be weaseling in through some loophole. Wow, if that is the case, I wish her well, because I'm seeing a lot of insight, a lot of clarity, a lot of enlightenment, but also healing. I feel like there's something that's going to transition for her, Scorpio energy. So I feel like towards the Scorpio season is ending soon. I feel like something about that is a significant, or a significator of like something transitioning with her case. Like, this is either an Aquarius, a Virgo, or a Scorpio helping her. These 3 are major arcana. She's going to go through a really enlightening time in this time after the settlement here. She's going to be able to come back. Is there anything else you'd like to say about her trajectory? Okay. Interesting. She's going to be looking at her career path and looking at what she's created and crafted so far. And I feel like she's going to try to maintain balance and stay out of trouble. So that means that she might just be taking on small things. She's not going to be out and about in public. You're not going to really see her as much. And when this dies down especially, I feel like she's going to be taking time to isolate away from people, because I don't think she can trust anyone. King of Swords. She's going to try to interesting. There's something that she knows that she hasn't said yet, and I feel like she's going to try to say that. She's going to try to speak out about some bigger thing that she knows. What is that bigger thing? And I feel like it has something to do with trafficking. And I'm seeing FT on this shirt, and I'm feeling like it's either the initials of someone, FT. I don't know why I'm getting FT featuring. Interesting. Interesting. The first thing I thought was Pharrell. I don't know why I'm getting that. Queen of Pentacles, the World, and the Knight of Wands. Speaking out a lot later on. Judgment at the bottom of the deck, guys. She's going to compile some information. She's trying to compile information to help with this case. Yeah. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope this helps you understand them a little bit better, what's going on. Please let me know when there are confirmations or anything that you feel is confirming to what you have heard and understand of the situation. But until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye.